Hello to all you beautiful people of the internet. Okay, first off, I do agree it sounds a bit weird whenever I say this, but this is my intro and I love it. Before we start, I want to mention that I do stream on Twitch 2 to 3 times a week, so if you are into that as well, I would love if you stop by and say hi. And I just made a rhyme. But either way, I would love it. You can find the link right now in the video or in the description down below. Check me out so I can then check you out. And alright, let's move to the video. What I want to do with this video, you guys, is I don't want to say something different, but just I want to fangirl a little bit. When I say fangirl, I mean I want to talk about Survival Hunter. Survival Hunter is the melee spec of the 3 Hunter specs, and I have tested it for the last few weeks on the Shadowlands beta. I don't know how it came to be. I wanted to test a new class on a whim for some dungeons. Decided, okay, might as well. I love melees. I'm creating a hunter. You know, got myself ready for dungeons, some gear, some soulbinds, conduits, you know, all that good stuff. Did a few dungeons and I could not stop doing dungeons. I had so much fun. And it's not only about the damage. The damage is good right now in the beta, okay? I hope it stays the same. But it isn't really about the damage. It's simply about the playstyle. Now, I know some of you may think, I thought Survival Hunter is boring. Hear me out. I thought so too. But then I played it and I had so much fun. Okay, if you never played a Survival Hunter before, you just have to ask yourself, are you already a melee and you just want to try something else? Are you a range and you just want to try a melee? Or, you know, you just want to try something that is kind of melee but also is a range hybrid essentially? Or you just want to have fun with something completely new no matter where you came from, even if you healed? Or worst case, maybe you were a warlock before and you love pets, you know, and you decided that you want to go melee but you don't want to completely say goodbye to pets, and therefore, you know, that's it. That's where you are at. Survival Hunter is your choice, okay? It's mostly fighting in melee, but you do have a lot of range attacks. You do have a pet to help you out, and your main resource is focus. If you are like me and you love Demon Hunter and Warrior because they are builder-spender type of playstyles, then you will love Survival Hunter just the same, probably. I know I do. Because again, you have abilities that generate rage. Rage. I'm in my warrior mind. Focus. You have abilities that generate focus, and you have abilities that spend focus. Okay, before we go into anything, there's a really cool website called wowpitopia.com. And if you just think about playing Hunter, you probably will end up on that site sooner or later. It's all about the pets and what abilities they bring. Really check it out. It's good to know. Alright, so let's get one thing down immediately. Survival Hunters, okay? Biggest thing that I didn't know is that Kill Command, unlike the other Hunter specs, is actually your filler ability for Survival Hunter. It's your filler ability, but you still want to press it as much as you can, of course, because it does also generate rage. Focus. Excuse me, guys. Really? Can we just stop saying rage, Nev? Can we? I don't know. But yeah, it does generate focus, and that's good. It's your filler. It's a strong filler on top of that. And then I want to point out that one of the only melee abilities, other than your AoE melee ability, is Raptor Strike, and that's your main focus spender. On top of that, you have Serpent Sting, which does have, 40-yard range like most range abilities, and it does put a poisonous dot on the enemy, which does damage over time. And, ideally you want to have as much uptime. Okay, no, you want to have 100% uptime on Serpent Sting on the enemy always, just always. And the same actually goes for Kill Command and Raptor Strike. I think those 3 abilities, you just want to have as much uptime on them as you can possibly have. And as I said, your main AoE ability is Carve, if we're talking melee. And then your main AoE ability in general is called Wildfire Bomb, okay? Wildfire Bomb is you throwing a bomb into the group of mobs or enemies, and they are then hit by an explosion that after they've been hit by the explosion, everyone that did get damaged will also take a little bit of damage over 6 seconds afterwards. But you do also use Wildfire Bomb in single target. And Wildfire Bomb is a lot of fun. I mean, not only is it just you pressing a button and throwing bombs into the group, it also has different usages if you talent it into something called wildfire infusion. And I will bring it up in a second. But again, wildfire bomb in general, you use it for AoE and single target. And unlike a singer on the stage that gets undies thrown onto it, just imagine yourself being the person that throws the undies back into the group. Okay, that's you and wildfire bomb. Spread them, throw them, feel good about it, okay? Really great, really a lot of fun. And then, yeah, Carve. Carve is a focus spender. Same with Raptor Strike or Mongoose Bite, however you want to call it. So your main focus spenders essentially is Mongoose Bite for single target and Carve for AoE. Very nice, very easy. Nothing to understand differently here, right? Super good, super good. And then one other ability that you have, kind of like Warrior, is Killshot. It's your execute ability, but it does have a 10 seconds cooldown, so it's not like you can spam it the same way you can spam execute. You can still use it on cooldown, of course, but you do have to wait a little bit in between. That brings me to the main cooldown for Survival Hunters, and that's Coordinated Assault. That's your major damage cooldown, and it basically makes you deal 20% more damage, and the reset chance on kill command is, I think, 25% increased. So that's pretty good. I mean, feels the same as if you press Avatar for Warrior or, Metamorphosis for Demon Hunter. Just feels good. Okay, and that, guys, brings me to the other big cooldown in my opinion. So much fun. It's called Aspect of the Eagle, and what it does is it makes your Raptor Strike have a 40-yard range for, I think, 15 seconds. Now think about it. Remember when I told you that most of your abilities also work on range? If you use Aspect of the Eagle, literally all your abilities besides Carve work on range. Think about the amazing things you could do with this fact for bosses that require other melees to run away from it. Like maybe it has an ability where you can't stand at the boss and then you need to run away as a melee, but you can basically activate Aspect of the Eagle and continue your rotation while you run away. On top of the fact that your pet deals damage continuously. I mean, isn't that great? Is it just me? I mean, I think that's great. Yeah, for the talent tree, again, I don't want to go into all the details here. There is a cookie cutter build, as they call it, which has been the same since PFA, and that's, you will see it on the screen now, basically, and that's also the same talents I used for the video footage here. I know there's other talents that you can pick, but for the purposes of this video, that's what I had. A lot of fun. As you can see, there is 2 talents, and I think those are the same, by the way, for every possible variation of the talent trees and abilities for Survival Hunter, is the lower 2, okay, Mongoose Bite and Wildfire Infusion. If you want a more detailed video for the talents and legendaries and conduits whatsoever, you guys, like I did for the Demon Hunter before the tank video. If you want a detailed video for it, similar to the Demon Hunter one, just really let me know in the comments down below, because even if I'm not as knowledgeable as I am for Demon Hunter, if it comes to Survival Hunters, I can do my research, guys, and I would do plenty of research just so I'm sure I put out the right video for you guys. If you want me to do that, I will do that for you. But let me know, because if you're like, oh, who cares? I mean, 5 people will play Survival Hunter. No one's gonna... That video will maybe get 2 views. Okay. But if you are interested, let me know, because I would do it. Anyway, moving on. As I said, Mongoose Bite and Wildfire Infusion, those 2 talents really changed the whole spec of Survival Hunter quite substantially. Mongoose Bite essentially makes it so you make it stronger, and it's really good for single target, and that's really all I can say about it right now. But Wildfire Infusion, if you have that talent, your Wildfire Bomb does different things. Depending on the color on the bomb, it will completely change the whole playstyle. I mean, it means that depending on which bomb is going to be thrown next, the color, you will want to adjust your whole playstyle and rotation for the moment, situationally, just like that. And I think that's really fun. Yeah, it does sound a little bit complicated, and I do think in the middle of a fight when things are heated, you might probably do a lot of mistakes until you get used to, the colors and when to use what. But that's actually material for a whole other video. Just one video talking about wildfire infusion. Short, sweet video. You know what? Maybe I do it. I could tell you for which situation you should use which color of bomb and whatnot. Just so you know what I'm even talking about. Just, let me know again in the comments down below. Other than that, you have a lot of good utility, which mainly you share with the other hunter specs, but nonetheless. You do have Harpoon, however, which kind of reminds me of Outlaw Rogue. They have something similar, but where Outlaw Rogue can get to wherever they want with the ability, you simply can only pull yourself towards the enemy, so that's a bit sad, but still good. Still, it's kind of like a charge. It's nice. And then you have Hunter's Mark, which if you put that on a target, you deal increased damage to the enemy. I hear people complain a lot about the fact that it's in the global cooldown and it should be off the global cooldown, and I hard agree with that. But yeah, something else I wonder is it not OP in PvP? Because apparently enemies that are marked by it can always be seen, and I wonder if it goes through stealth. If you know the answer, please tell me. I haven't tested it. Other than that, you have your AoE and single target slows, tar trap and wing clip. You have the freeze trap still. You have a melee kick called muzzle here. You can reveal stealth players. You have disengage and aspect of the cheetah, because we all know disengage is mostly used for movement and not to actually disengage. And then you have feign death for when you pull the whole room as it is as a hunter. It makes sense that they have feign death. Really important as well, you have misdirection. Don't forget about that. It's less good than tricks from the rogues, but it is still good nonetheless. And then you also have tranquilizing shot, which is the same as, purge from shaman. So that's really useful as well. And on top of all of that we just said, you have bloodlust, aka heroism, aka time warp, which, seeing as they have nerfed drums, I think it was either half or even more than 50% less. You always want a hunter, a mage, or a shaman in your group. In anything, raid or mythic plus, it probably doesn't even matter, because the nerf to drums has been so big that you do want one of those classes in your group. So you have that going for you. Really, really nice. Again, if you don't know which pet brings bloodlust, really, I urge you to go to wow-petopia.com, I think is what it's called, and just check it out. You will find all the information there. Very simple, including all the Shadowlands pets, all of it. Great. Before we end the video, you probably want to know what legendary I used, right? So for the footage I had in the background, I used the wildfire bomb legendary. Basically, it just makes it more AoE damage. And conduits, I did try to have 2 potency and 1 endurance one. And the potency ones I used was flame infusion and deadly tandem, I think that's what they're called, yeah. And for covenants, I had the necrolords one, because it simply does good AoE damage and it doesn't have a long cooldown. It's nice to use, feels good. It gives you death chakram, and really it's just a nice DPS addition. But yeah, as I said, guys, I'm not going too much into details for legendaries and everything here, or conduits or talents, anything. I just wanted to use this video to fangirl a little bit about the fact that I play melees since 2005, and for some reason I haven't ever thought about trying Survival Hunter, but now that I did, I don't think I can ever go back to not liking it, because, okay, listen, I'm biased, I love melee classes, what can I say? But it is so much fun, guys. If you have ever wondered if you would like it, and you have played melee beforehand, yeah, I think you would like it, especially if you come from Warrior or Havoc Demon Hunter kind of gameplay, then yeah, you will definitely like it. And if you're a range who just wanted to try melee but you're not really sure, it's also a good pick for you, because you can still do some damage in range. What if in the middle of the fight you're getting homesick and you just wanna step away just for a few seconds? You can do that, and it feels good, really. It feels amazing. But yeah, guys, that's it for me for right now. Keep in mind that the gameplay you saw on the back does by no means show anything super good. It's me doing, lower mythic class, just dungeons in general, no clue what I'm doing. I mean, I know the rotation, I know what everything does, but I have by no means, perfected wildfire bomb. Okay, I didn't even think about when I used it in the footage. Now, and I felt pretty good about playing the class as it is, the spec. Just think about if I would actually put my brain into the fact that I can use Wildfire Bomb because of Wildfire Infusion in all kinds of different situations instead of just throwing it whenever. And if I would have actually adjusted my playstyle to the fact that I had this talent picked, which I didn't even think about while I made that footage, because quite frankly, I just had my brain off and just some dungeons, no thinking. I think it could be a lot of damage, and I think it's a lot of fun. I'm actually looking forward to doing it better next time, because Survival Hunter is really enjoyable and really easy to get into, and I love melee classes. There you have it. Again, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you are up for more World of Warcraft videos. I really think that I will be getting a lot more into it, especially with Shadowlands on the horizon, and once we are in Shadowlands. And I do stream on Twitch. Would love to say hi to you there. If you have different opinions, also feel free to share that in the comments or tell me that you totally didn't like this video. That's what we're all here for, right? YouTube is a marathon. And yeah, I'm here to learn with and for you guys. So let's see each other in the comments below and hear each other, or like you hear me, in the next video. Feel super, super squeezed. I hope you're having a wonderful rest of your week. And whatever you eat next, I hope it's going to be super delicious. Hang in there. And until my next video, enjoy the games, you guys.